Okay, here's part one of the video. So right now I'm getting my measurements so I can drill the hole for the switches. So what I did is measure where these are now. As you can see, they're already pre-wired. I did wire this one, but I'll show you how I did that. It's pre-wired, so you really don't have to do much. I'll explain all that stuff later, but first thing I'm doing is cutting the hole, doing all the mechanical work and stuff. So cut the holes and everything. I'll be back to show you the results of that, but also I'm putting in the sealant. This is the waterproof seal. Squeeze that between it, the little wedge there all the way around, so it'll seal up so the water gets inside. So this is what I'm starting with, and then we'll come back with the rest. Okay, so how I get these holes and everything cut out, I'll use a heat gun. I'm getting nice and hot. I score it with my razor blade, and then I totally just cut the hole out. Alright, and I got it all scored and heated up. Came right out, just like I wanted. Beautiful. And would you look at that? It fits perfectly. Yes. Alright, now let's get some holes to drill it in there and get it tight in there and water sealed and all that good stuff, and then we wire. And here we are, nice and mounted. Everything is screwed in, all in the top of the box. Now I'm going to put some sealant around it so that it does not leak for any reason. So we're done after that. Alright, I got my Gorilla Glue sealing all around the outsides there, making nice and sealed, watertight inside, so don't have to worry about no leakage in there. Alright, so we are good to go. Once that is dry, we're going to go ahead and wire up and test her out. Alright, we are back with the switches. Now I already got this all mounted, all the pieces on the back for everything I need. Pretty much wired. So how this is going to work is these are all switches. They're on off switches. That's all it is. It's really easy. On, off. So you have a connection. You have two wires together. They make a connection. And let me set this down. Kind of explain this. You have a wire connection. On switch, off switch, on switch, off switch. So this wire and this wire, you need two wires to connect. Basically, what we're doing is we're using positive to switch it. So on the back of the switches here, you have all these red wires. These are the positive ones connecting together for positive. So we got positive coming in right here for 12 volts and then negative. All the negatives will connect together. All the positives connect together. Okay, so everything's got power. Everything's got power. Now, to feed power out is these out spots right here. Out, 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 out. This is where you hook up your mods, like your things that you want to actually turn on. This is what I'm going to hook up these red things to. These red spots here are going to go and connect to here, so that when I turn this switch on, it gets power to the mod. So that's all you're doing is giving power to your mod. That's it. That's all this is doing, all in one spot, so that I have all of it right here. Instead of having like 500 switches all over my bike, I have all of them right here. So nice and simple. Now I'm doing a three-way toggle for the horns. Three-way toggle is a little different. You have power. Well, this is going to be a little bit different because it's giving power to two different sources, up and down. So you got power down up here, and you got power down here. In the middle is negative. And right here is the source. So this is where you have the source come from for like the horn. Like the horn is going to be another switch, a push-in switch, which it connects together after you push it in, and then you let it go, it disconnects the switch. So this is where that's going to come from. So it's going to say, okay, what am I giving power to? If the switch is pushed up, it'll give power to this one. If the switch is pushed down, it'll give power to this one. So that's all you're doing is giving it a choice of which horn. So I'm going to hook the positive of the horn to one of these, and the other positive to one of these. Negative don't matter. You hook it all negative together, and then we have our connection. That's it. Pretty simple. So let me go ahead and finish wiring this up, and then I'll come back and show you the product before we put it all together. Alright, she's all hooked up and ready to go. Got her all the wires connected inside, and we're ready to get her all tested and everything. So I got the switches connected. We'll get them mounted and everything, and we'll be all set. Okay, so we got all of them connected inside. All I did was extend them out and connect it to the leads that are coming in. That's all. Really easy. So these are the ones that had nothing on them. Right here, the black. I had to make my own kind of thing to make sure that it stayed in there. So made my own little fake clips, basically. But they're all in there. Then the ground, to just hook them all together. Nothing really need to see, but this part's the part that wasn't connected before. So next, put it together and power up to see if it works. Alright, so we got our turn signals over here. Got them set up so they're up top here so I can see a lot better. And make sure everything works out good. Our left one. Right one. Yeah, much better. Alright, we got it all connected to the bike. All the cables and everything all routed. Well, not really routed, but connected. And looks like everything's working. Got all my lights turning on and off that I need. So turn those off. This come off. That turns off the neon lights. This turns off that light. This turns off that light. So everything works great. Heck yeah. So time to mount it in there and be done. Alright, it's all in and mounted and ready to go. Everything's working like it should. The only thing I haven't done is the horn yet, which I can do later because I've got the extension sitting right here waiting for me. So when I'm ready to hook it up, I can run it through and hook it up and be all ready to go. So I'm not needing to pull it back apart at all. So it is ready to go, and we're gonna go for a test ride. I am gonna mount this a little better because right now I have it on there really loose. I need to mount it a little better, but it's not bad. It'll stay there. So good stuff. Oh, and then this thing. So let me show you what I did. Let me pull this off. This is just tape. You guys probably didn't even know that. Just taped it up because I rigged it really crazily. And I'll just tape it back if I need to. But this is what I did to make the fins work on the foot pegs, because this is not how it's supposed to work at all. So I just kind of rigged it up a little bit. I found something that worked, and all I did was put in like a bolt. So let's say, let me see if I can show you what I did. I don't know if you can see that, but all I did was throw a bolt in the middle there to give it friction to kind of hold it in there so it would move, because this only needs one bolt to hold it. So I put the one bolt in there, and then I put another bolt, as you can see the back of the bolt here, in between there to keep it from moving around a lot, because it's not really that sturdy. But it works. It works just fine. So that's how I did that. Alright, here we go. We got the horn all hooked up and everything. So let's go to normal horn. Nice and quiet. Then I got my trick horn. But I got dials to make it different. So and this one. We got this one. There's like 12 of them. And another one. Another one. And here we go. I think this is the last one. And the normal horn, I think, again. Nope, one more. This is all for fun. It's nothing I'd use all the time. Pretty cool. I forgot, there's 12 of these bad boys. Okay, back to normal one. Which I do have a switch to do another one. Which is not that loud at all. So I'll probably just keep this one and just play around with that. But yep, more mods. And you see I put my voltmeter up top now underneath the what do you call it? The brains of the matter, I guess. This thing. So now I got this down here, make it easier to see. I got a different color one too. That one, so the sun doesn't hurt it. So I think I'm pretty complete with everything now. So there we go. Now I got a new bag too. This is much better than what I had. Doesn't move as much, and it holds my phone better. It's pretty cool. All right, there it is, the final product.